Hi friends, let's see our next HackerRank problem, two strings. So the difficulty level of this problem is easy and the max score allocated for this problem is 25 points. Now let's see the problem statement. So the problem statement is given two strings and determine if they share a common substring. Okay, that means the two strings are given, so we need to identify whether they share a common substring. So a substring can be as small as one character. This point is very important, please keep it in mind. So we will be using this point in the later session. So a substring may be as small as one character. Okay, so in order to solve this problem or in order to understand the problem statement, it requires a clear knowledge on substring. Okay, so now let's see what is substring. So let me explain the substring, what is substring, and how to calculate the different substrings for a given string, okay, with a simple example. So let me open a simple notepad. Yeah, so here I have taken two examples. So in the first example, let me explain these two examples so that you will be getting a clear understanding of what is substring. So once you get a clear understanding of what is substring and how the substrings are calculated from a given string, then you can able to understand the problem statement clearly, and it will be very much easier for us to solve the problem. Okay, so let's see the example one. So in the first example, it is given two strings s1 and s2. So s1 string is ant, okay, and s2 string is art. Okay, now for the given s1 string, let's calculate the possible substrings. So for the s1 string, the possible substrings are a. Okay, as I said earlier, an individual character, okay, in a given string can be of a substring. Okay, that means each and individual character also can be considered as substring. Okay, so here the substrings are a, an, ant, okay, and then n, nt, and finally t. Okay, so these six are the different possible substrings for the given string s1. Similarly, for the s2 string, let us calculate the available substrings. So for the s2 string, the possible substrings are a, ar, art, and then r, rt, and finally t. Okay, so these are all the different possible substrings for a the given string s2. Now in this example, so if you observe the s1 and s2 strings, okay, suppose if there is at least one common element, okay, so as per the problem statement, we can say that if there is at least one common element in the given two strings, then we need to return yes, if not we need to return no. Similarly, let's see the next example, example number 2. Okay, so in the example 2, I have taken two strings s1 and s2. So s1 is hi and s2 is world, and for the s1 string, the possible substrings are h and hi, and similarly for the s2 string, the possible substrings are w, wo, wor, worl, world, and then wo, vor, vorl, vorld, and then r, rl, rld, and then l, ld, and then d. Okay, so these are all the possible substrings for the given string s2. Now we can see that there are no common substrings between the given two strings s1 and s2, so simply we can return this as no. That means no common substrings are available for the given two strings, and here there are common substrings available for the given two strings s1 and s2 in the example 1. Okay, now I hope this clears what is substring and how substrings are calculated from a given string. Okay, now let's go to the problem. Yeah, so here two strings, so definitely just by seeing the example s1 and s2 strings, we can say that a is a common substring. So we can say that there is common substring available for the given two strings s1 and s2. And now if you see these two examples here, none of the characters are common or same in the given two strings, so we can say that that means these two strings doesn't have a common substring. Okay, Now as I said earlier, suppose if there is a common substring available between the two strings, then in that case we need to return yes, if not we need to return no. Now so these are all the same sample inputs. Okay, now I hope this clears about what is substring and what is a problem statement, how the substrings are calculated from a given string. Okay, now let's solve this problem. So let's go to the coding part. Okay, as usual I have selected the language as JavaScript, and let me open the side-by-side view. Okay, yeah, so here let me console log the given input s1 and s2. Okay, and let me run the code. Yeah, so in here you can see this, what is the input, sample input given. Okay, so here also they have given two examples. So in the first example, or in the first one, okay, this is the s1 string. Okay, this is the s2 string. Okay, yeah, now let's see how we can solve this problem. Okay, so initially let me take the flag is equals to false. Okay, so let me take the flag as false. Now how will you solve this problem? So this problem can be solved in multiple ways. So one of the best or finest way to solve this problem is, let us iterate to one string. Okay, and then let me compare each and every letter of the particular with the index of the other string. Okay, let's write the code so it will be easier for us to see how it can do this. Let I is equals to 0, I is less than s1 dot length I plus plus. Okay, now if so I'm writing, that means I'm iterating to the first string s1. Okay, now s2 dot, I'm using the JavaScript default method of index of. Okay, so basically what is this index of? Normally the index of method returns the position of the first occurrence of the value in a given string. Okay, and this particular index of method returns -1, okay, if the value is not found in the given string. Okay, so this is about JavaScript index of method. So index, now I'm writing s2 dot index of, that means I'm writing index of method for the string s2 dot index of s1 of I, okay, which is not equals to -1. So in that case I am returning the flag to true. So now let me explain the things which I have written in a very clear manner, so that it will be easier for us to go through this. So here the flag is going to be, initially I am setting the particular flag value is going to be false. Okay, now I am iterating to one of the given string, I am applying the index of method to the other string. Okay, so I am writing for I is equals to 0, I is less than s1 dot length and I plus plus. Okay, so I am taking the other string s2 and I am applying index of method for the string s2. Okay, so I am comparing s2 string with the index of method for the next string. Okay, so here, so this particular method returns, suppose if any of the substring is common, okay, in the two given strings, in that case it will return true. Okay, if not, let's the method is as usual false. Now let me apply the condition. If flag is going to be false, okay, we will be written no, that means there are no common substrings available, else we will return yes. Okay, so this means whenever there are common substrings available, in that case we will be turning over this particular flag to true. If not, it will be as usual set to false. Okay, so now if flag is equals to false, that means there are no common substrings available, so we will be keeping, that means we will be return the no. And if there are common substrings available, then in that case we will be return the output to yes. Now let's run the code. Yeah, it passes all the test cases. Okay, now let's submit the code and check this code for the rest of the test cases. Yeah, it passed all the test cases and I want 25 points. Okay, okay friends, let's meet in the next session. Thank you.